For 3 days and 3 nights, the man drifted helplessly at sea. Eventually, he found himself staring hungrily at a little boy sleeping peacefully in a woman's lap. Starving and desperate, he finally lost control of his hunger. In that dangerous moment, the woman immediately grabbed the boat's pole and struck him repeatedly until he was almost unconscious. But there was no time to relax. If the man regained consciousness, he could become even more dangerous. So, with trembling hands and a racing heart, she finished the job by drowning him in the ocean. Afterward, the woman stood frozen, horrified by what she had just done. She couldn't believe she had killed someone, but soon after, a different emotion took over. Relief. Before her eyes, an empty island slowly emerged from the mist. It felt like a miracle, but she didn't dare celebrate yet, fearing it might be a cruel illusion. Carefully, she steered the boat toward the shore. When she finally stepped onto solid ground, she felt a deep, overwhelming sense of safety in her soul. After wandering the ocean for so long, her mind had nearly broken from exhaustion, but now it was finally over. She quickly used a sharp iron tip to crack open a coconut and gave the child some water to drink. After the boy had a few sips, she quenched her own thirst and regained a little strength. Wasting no time, she began searching for food and fresh water. Fortunately, the island was rich with resources. Not only were there endless streams of fresh water, but an abundance of fruits grew everywhere. Worry quickly faded. After ensuring both children were cared for, she used the extra time to build a small grass hut for the 3 of them. It seemed like they had found peace, but the island held hidden dangers. The island's weather suddenly changed. Without warning, a torrential rainstorm drenched everything, including their fragile grass hut. The woman, soaked to the bone in her thin clothes, rushed outside to repair the roof. Though the rain eventually stopped, something far more terrifying happened. Her body, weakened from years of exhaustion and worry, finally gave out. She collapsed onto her bed. She knew her time was running out. Her greatest fear was leaving the little girl alone. She called the boy over and made him promise that once she was gone, he would protect his sister at all costs. Sadly, no miracle saved her, and the woman passed away. Even though the boy knew she wasn't his biological mother, he loved her deeply. She had raised him with care and kindness. He built her a grave and swore an oath that he would never let anything happen to his little sister. Years passed, and the 2 children grew older, but with growth came new challenges. One morning, the girl woke up feeling strange. When she looked down, she was shocked and terrified to see bloodstains on her bedsheet. She instinctively touched the area, and panic struck when her hand came away covered in red. To her, blood only meant injury. She thought she was dying. Terrified, she ran outside without thinking. The boy, seeing her panic and the blood on the sheets, rushed after her. He assumed she was hurt and offered to help check her wound, but the girl, remembering her late mother's advice, frantically refused. The boy, seeing her reject his help, felt hurt and angry. After all, they'd spent 8 years alone on this island, trusting and sharing everything. Now, it felt like things were changing between them. He turned away, furious and confused. In his anger, he wandered to the other side of the island, where he stumbled upon human skeletons scattered on the ground. It hit him like a punch. He had entered the territory of a cannibalistic tribe. After 8 years of peaceful isolation, curiosity and fear battled within him, but he decided to explore. Suddenly, loud noises startled him. He quickly realized the tribe was nearby. Heart pounding, he hid behind a massive tree and smeared mud all over his body to blend into the surroundings. As night fell, he witnessed a terrifying ritual. The tribe members, primitive and brutal, were using human body parts in horrific ceremonies. Watching this, the boy's blood ran cold. He knew exactly what would happen to him if they caught him. By morning, he managed to sneak back to safety, shaken but alive. Meanwhile, the girl had been worrying herself sick over his absence. The time apart made them realize just how much they needed each other, strengthening their bond. But that same day, a fishing boat arrived at the island, shattering their fragile world. After 10 long years of waiting, rescue had finally come. The siblings decided to approach the boat, filled with hope. Growing up isolated, the girl was fascinated by every new thing she saw. But not all the newcomers had good intentions. One large, bearded man stared at her with lewd eyes, making her feel extremely uncomfortable. That night, they served the newcomers a warm meal to welcome them. However, when the captain announced that they would soon set sail for the big city, the bearded man's behavior worsened. He started acting obscenely in front of the girl. The next morning, as they were preparing to leave, the girl wandered alone to a waterfall to feel the cool water one last time. She didn't notice the bearded man following her. As she returned to the shore, the man grabbed her roughly, pulling her by her hair toward a wooden hut. She screamed for help. Hearing her cries, the boy came running. A fierce struggle broke out. The man had a gun and wasn't afraid to use it. The boy, thinking quickly, led him toward the water. The boy jumped into the deep sea, and the bearded man, confident and armed, followed him, but he didn't realize it was a trap. As soon as he hit the water, A massive shark, long lurking nearby, attacked him. The boy, experienced with the island's dangers, managed to reach a nearby rock safely, but the bearded man wasn't so lucky. The shark pulled him under. When everything was finally calm, the siblings decided that they would stay on the island rather than return to the dangerous outside world. Compared to the lies, cruelty, and weapons of civilization, the island offered peace and freedom. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like the video. For more amazing stories, subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon so you never miss an update. Tell us in the comments which part touched you the most. And if you loved the story, make sure to share it with your friends.